This team just bought their way into the major. This team shouldn't even be here after losing 2 top 5 players. This team is a failed dynasty. This child is absolutely carrying his team. This organization is the 3rd oldest and they have never won a major. This team just signed the GOAT of CS who might be washed. And this team spent millions of dollars on the biggest stars that the game can offer just for them to lose to this team. Team Vitality, who are looking to make history at the Austin Major, coming off of a Grand Slam, destroying every single team in their path, winning 6 out of the 7 tournaments played this year. They just broke the record for the 2nd longest win streak of all time. And just 6 months prior, this team struggled at the Shanghai Major, losing to FaZe Clan, all because of one person, Robs, who was having his best major performance of his career. And now, he's on Team Vitality, and they look unstoppable. Zyru is currently the best player in the game, and Robs is a top 5 player, making them the best duo in Counter-Strike. Zyru is looking to take Simple's crown as the GOAT of Counter-Strike. He's currently having his best statistical season, and he will most likely win his 4th Best Player of the Year award, passing Simple's 3. He just passed Simple in most event MVPs, and if they win, he will have 2 majors over Simple's 1. This team is primed to become the next Astralis. They are arguably the most complete team of all time, and nobody can beat them. Besides one team, Team Falcons, who were a complete joke of a team, spending millions of dollars just to lose. They say money can't buy talent, but that is being put into question. They spent millions of dollars on 2 key players, Nico and MongolZ, and bought the entire roster of Heroic. They are the only team to give Vitality a hard time, but even with this squad, they still can't beat them. The last 2 tournament grand finals were against Vitality and Team Falcons, where they took them to the final map twice. One of them ending in classic Nico fashion, choking a 12-6 lead on Nuke.
He hears him coming, hoping Robs overextends. Oh! Comes up clutch! Vitality made to work for it!
And that is where the problems begin. No team has ever been able to win a major with Nico. And if anything, almost everyone who has played with him has found success without him. Nico is one of the best players of all time, having almost every accolade that you could wish for, besides one, a major championship. Nico is a historic choke artist, and if he doesn't win with this team, it's only bad news for him. He's only getting older, and it begs the question, how many more chances will he get? Team Falcons know this, and they have a plan B. They just signed the next Dunk for after the major, Kyusuke, who plays for Team Spirit's Academy, and Team Spirit fans are pissed. Kyo is the most anticipated player in all of Counter-Strike, and selling him is a terrible choice. Pairing Donk with, well, another Donk would have fed families, but the organization decided it wasn't in the best interest of the team, as Donk and Kyo play the same role. Team Spirit are the defending champions, and if it wasn't for Donk having a historic major run, posting the highest rating at a major event, they would have never won. This team solely relies on his performance, and if he doesn't eat, nobody does. But with a star like Donk, anything is possible. But unlike Team Spirit, who rely on a superstar, NAVI has taken the opposite approach. The team who won a major without a superstar went from going to 7 grand finals and winning 4 of them to not reaching a single grand finals in all of 2025. The team who won without a superstar are now in need of one, and they will most likely not win this major, but they do have a way out. This team does have a superstar. They have the superstar. They have Simple, who took a break from CS in late 2023, and now he wants to make a full return to CS. And coming back from a long hiatus, NAVI are unsure if Simple is capable of hanging with the new generation of players. They are loaning him to FaZe Clan for the Austin Major, and they will be watching him to see if he is still prime Simple. And if he is, they will attempt to re-sign him. But FaZe Clan might not let this happen. Simple's contract ends in October of this year, giving him the freedom to go wherever he wants. FaZe is taking a huge gamble on Simple. They are the oldest team, and the players are starting to age out. Bringing a 27-year-old Simple doesn't really help this. And if Simple does horrible, his career and legacy are in jeopardy. On his first initial return, he bombed out of the Shanghai Major with Team Falcons. And if he bombs out with FaZe, a second look at Simple's professional state will deter any other teams from signing him. Simple cannot let this happen. He isn't looking to win the major, but instead defend his legacy against his rival Zyru, who is looking to pass him. And everything is lining up to be that way. if there's anyone who can beat him, it's the GOAT himself. But what if I told you there's a dark horse? MOUZ, the third oldest organization in Counter-Strike history, the only team with over 15 major appearances and not a single major victory. But this year, that narrative might change. MOUZ has quietly built the second best team in the world, led by one of the youngest rosters on the scene. And after acquiring Spinks from Vitality, things have only gone up. 4 grand final appearances and 1 championship. And yet, no one is talking about them. Why? Because of one name, MongolZ, who left G2 to die. They shouldn't even be here. G2, who was once seen as a future superstar team, are now a disaster. After Nico left to join Team Falcons, everything unraveled. The promising duo of MOUZ and Heavy God failed to meet expectations, and the weight of the team fell on MongolZ's shoulders. At PGL Bucharest, MongolZ posted the highest rating of the event and carried G2 all the way to the grand finals, only to face his former teammate Nico on the other side. The grand finals ended with the Falcons sweeping them 3-0. And MongolZ, he had enough and said,
Switching sides.
G2 traded MongolZ to the Falcons for $2.5 million, knowing he was already halfway out the door. They felt the loss immediately. G2 brought in a mid-tier opper as a replacement. In the very next event, one of their players couldn't even attend, forcing their coach to play. They placed 11th. Now heading into the Austin Major, G2 is a shell of what it once was. And with both MongolZ and Nico gone, this team may never recover. Team Liquid, the only NA team who aren't actually NA and haven't been since 2019. The 2019 Berlin Major was the last time we had an NA team in a major, which was the 2019 Liquid squad. The hope for NA is slowly dying, as a lot of the teams are slowly moving to play internationally. 7 out of the top 10 teams are international, and this number is only going up, as the pool of talent has only gone higher, leading to more teams taking risks on non-native players. And Liquid, they are no exception to this. They just picked up a new IGL, Shui from MOUZ, allowing Twists to return to his former role as the star rifler, who was the IGL during the Shanghai Major, but fell short due to the lack of firepower and the inexperience of Twists as an IGL. A win at the Austin Major would greatly benefit Twists as a form of redemption. Twists already has one major, and adding another one would undoubtedly solidify him as the best NACS player of all time. But while Liquid has embraced the international route, looking globally to build a competitive edge, there's a team taking the complete opposite approach, a team that is doubling down on homegrown talent. The MongolZ, coming from Mongolia, a country with a population size of only 3.5 million. The MongolZ carry more than just team expectations. They carry national hope. A country where there are literally more horses than people. A place not known for esports, and yet the MongolZ have shattered every expectation. Their rise has earned them national recognition, government support, financial backing, help with travel and infrastructure, and they even have a rap song made in their honor. Now, they aren't just playing for wins. They are playing to keep the belief alive, because if they fall short, there's more at risk than just a stat sheet. It could jeopardize the momentum of an entire scene, their relationship with national sponsors, their credibility with future talent, and their place in history. Eternal Fire, also known as Aurora, the team who literally bought their way into the major. They benched their entire roster and replaced it with Eternal Fire's lineup. Why? Because Eternal Fire, a Turkish-owned organization, had a problem. Their biggest sponsorship was tied to gambling, and in Turkey, that's illegal, leaving them with no choice but to sell the team. Aurora stepped in and bought the entire roster and the RMR points, meaning they bought a direct ticket to the major. But that free pass comes at a price, because with that roster, Aurora inherited all the expectations too. This is the same Eternal Fire squad that handed Vitality their only loss this year, and the spotlight is firmly on one man, Xantares. Everybody knows about the Xantares peak, but take a peek at his stats. They don't tell the same story. Xantares has been playing Counter-Strike for over a decade and not a single tier 1 tournament win, and he only has one HLTV top 20 appearance. Nico, who's 28, gets roasted constantly for not winning a major, but Xantares at 29 has never won anything, and somehow he gets nothing but praise. For Aurora, buying their way into the major might seem like a power move, but putting all the pressure on a player who's never proven he can win, that might turn out to be a fatal gamble.